Woke up breathing on purpose, heart steady, I feel aligned. Every step that I'm taking, you already drew the line. I'm right on time, by your design, covered in grace. I don't have to try. I'm walking light in perfect peace. I'm where I'm meant to be. I'm where I'm meant to be. Yeah.
Aye. You don't have to carry other people's energy. Welcome to Unfiltered. Let's get straight into this because this is something that sounds simple, but in real life, it's not. You can be doing everything right. You can be growing. You can be intentional. You can be choosing peace and still find yourself disturbed by someone else's energy. Not because you want to argue, not because you want to react, but because something in you is still being affected. Now, that's the part we don't talk about enough. But what do you do when you're not reacting and you're still feeling it? That's what we're going to break down today. What's actually happening? Let's slow this down. You're in your space, you're calm, you're handling your day, and someone comes with energy that feels off. You might not, or it might not even be loud at first. It could be constant questioning, it could be repeated complaints, it could be small complaints that keep coming, impatience or frustration, and it doesn't stop. So even if you're not responding, your awareness of or your awareness is now on them. You're noticing it, you're tracking it, you're feeling the shift in the environment, and your internal state changes. That's the moment. That's where the work is. Now, internal reaction versus external reaction. This is where most people misunderstand growth. They think if I don't react, I'm doing well. But let's be honest, you can be quiet and still be irritated. You can walk away and still be replaying it in your head. You can say nothing and still feel tense in your body. So the question is not, did I react out loud? The real question is, did I absorb it internally? Because if you absorb it, then your peace was affected. Why it feels so strong? Now, let's go deeper into why it hits you. It's not just the person, it's what they interpret. You had a rhythm, you had a flow, you had a calm state, and now something enters that space that doesn't match it, and your system reacts to protect your peace. But instead of letting it pass, you start resenting it. You start thinking, this shouldn't be happening. They need to stop. This is too much. And that's resistance. That's what makes it feel stronger. Now, the subtle control. This is the honest part. Even when you're quiet, you still want them to change. You want them to calm down, to stop talking, to adjust their behavior. And again, that's human, but it creates tension because now your peace is tied to their behavior. So if they don't change, you feel it more. And this is where you have to shift from trying to manage them to managing yourself. Get me? What non absorption really means. Let's define this properly. Now, non absorption doesn't mean pretending it's not happening. It doesn't mean forcing yourself to ignore it. And it doesn't mean shutting down emotionally. Non absorption means you see it, you hear it, you are aware of it, but you don't let it settle inside you. You don't carry it forward. You don't let it change your internal state. It comes and it goes like water. You know, water just flowing from your skin. It touches you and it just rolls off. Yes, that's non absorption. That's the level you're working towards, right? The deeper triggers. Now, let's be real. Sometimes the reaction is not just about the moment, it's about what it represents. It might feel like your peace is being disrespected. It may feel like your space is not being honored, or it might feel like your effort to stay calm is being tested. Trust me, I've been there a lot of times. I feel sometimes like, all of this effort to stay grounded is being tested. Or even, why do I have to be the one doing all the work? Have you been there? Now, that thought alone can trigger frustration because growth can feel one sided, but growth is not dependent on their awareness, it's dependent on yours. Now, what to do in real time? Now, let's make this very real. When it's happening, one, catch it clearly before it builds. I feel something shifting in me. Not later, right then. Two, separate yourself from the situation mentally instead of being in it. Observe it. This is happening and I am here. Three, drop the argument in your mind. Not they shouldn't be doing this because that thought keeps you connected to it. Four, regulate your body first, not your thoughts, because your body reacts before your mind settles. Slow down, slow your breathing, relax your jaw, loosen your shoulders, bring yourself back physically. Take deep breaths. One of my favorite thing to do is to inhale, hold it, count to 10, then let it out in 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5. Let them stay where they are, and you stay where you are. You don't meet them there. You don't bring them into your space. Stay grounded. Now, what you're actually building, this is not just about staying calm. You're building. You're building emotional discipline, you're building awareness, you're building self control, and building you're building awareness, you're building self control, you're building internal stability. You're learning that not everything deserves your energy. Not everything needs a response. Not everything needs to enter your system. And that changes everything. Now, in closing, uh, so sit with this. Where am I still absorbing what wasn't mine? Where am I still allowing someone else's behavior to change how I feel internally? And what would it look like to let it pass through me without holding onto it? Not suppressing it, not ignoring it, just not carrying it. This is episode 33 of Unfiltered. You don't have to carry everything you encounter. You don't have to absorb every emotions around you. You don't have to take the energy that doesn't belong to you. Some things you can let pass. I'm Colleeno Chippy. Stay grounded, stay aware, stay unfiltered. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Blessings, love,
No
and
rush,
light.
no